So, at the start of 2020, I was feeling so good about my life. I mean, I was a junior in college. I was graduating. The December at the end of 2020. I had plans to move out. I had my senior capstones. I had jobs lined up. Like, honestly, the beginning of 2020, I honestly, I know everyone kind of like at, New Year's Eve thinks it's gonna be their year, but it really did feel like it was gonna be my year. by, um, by April, I had lost both of my jobs. I got laid off from both of them. Not to mention, school got a lot harder, and I'm going to graduate school in September, so I think it was balancing paying for grad school when I didn't have any consistent employment besides unemployment benefits and paying for moving out plus every other expense. Moving out just didn't seem like a possibility anymore just because there was no money, there were no jobs, and nothing was really consistent, and it all became a matter of prioritizing. So for me, I had to prioritize paying for grad school instead of moving out. So the funny thing about my parents is my dad was on vacation in Florida at the beginning of March. I think he left for Florida 2 days before my school shut down. So he actually ended up being stuck in Florida for 2 months, which I wasn't complaining about. But it was really just me and my mom for a few months. Um, and she's not really easy to talk to. She was never really easy to talk to. So I couldn't really go to her with a lot of my anxiety. Plus, she was very much downplaying the severity of the pandemic. She didn't really think it was that big of a deal. She doesn't really like wearing a mask. She still doesn't really, like wearing a mask. But I couldn't really. I have a lot of disease anxiety, so I couldn't really go to her with my anxiety of getting the virus, my anxiety about moving out, the fact that I couldn't move out anymore, my anxiety about paying for grad school, and my anxiety about graduating from undergrad, because as someone who was going into their senior year, everything looked pretty dismal. And the worst part was I couldn't really see my friends, who normally are my support system. We made a group chat, we would talk on Discord every night, but it didn't really feel the same. And even then, I had my boyfriend and he's great, but we didn't really see each other that much either. So it was kind of when I could see people, I would. And it was just really hard to reach out just because everyone was just going through their own thing for the most part. Right now, I work in a private healthcare facility for children, infancy to 5 years old. We provide therapeutic services and ABA services to eligible children. Some of these kids have autism, ADHD, and other developmental disorders. I'm a part of the administrative team there, which is really cool. I enjoy having employment. Um, but because it's part time and it's really flexible, hopefully by the time I start grad school in September, I'll have enough money to pay my way through school, which is exciting. Well, in 6 months, I hope to be vaccinated. I hope to be maybe not moved out, but comfortable enough financially where I can start considering moving out and looking at apartments and saving up comfortably where I have money for grad school, but I can also really thinking about moving out of my parents' house because I'm not very happy there, with my boyfriend and maybe a few friends. I don't know. I feel like the pandemic's just kind of taught me to like not have such a rigid plan of the future, I guess, and just more or less go with the flow, and whatever happens happens. You just kind of have to work with it.